what games are you guys looking forward to the most in 2026? Emma, let's start with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to say my game that I picked is Texas versus Tennessee, as Texas has recently moved to the SEC. I'd love to get y'all's opinions on that later down the road on if Texas should have been a part of the SEC or not, because that's really controversial here, especially in the South. But I'm looking forward to it because it will be played at Neyland. And if y'all know, Neyland is loud, there's high pressure, the stakes are up, especially for Arch Manning. We saw him and his season last year that didn't go as he wanted it to. And I honestly think that this game could go either way. I think it could turn into a shootout if the game, picks up quick. And if the game is going slow, I think that Texas might have it. If you look online and you look at the articles and stuff, I think that it's very split on who is going to win. And I think that Tennessee's quarterback, he has that edge. He can get the ball down deep. He has those quick releases. And if he's able to do that against Texas, then I think that Tennessee has a really good shot of winning this game. And this is a really important game because this affects SEC standings and potentially even playoff positioning. So both of the teams, they're going to be in it. It might be close. It might not. So I'm excited to watch.
Yeah. So since you said Arch Manning, I guess I'll do mine next. So I like Texas versus Ohio State because I just feel like that game can just be pure cinema from the jump. I think they play week 1. So it's definitely an opportunity, I mean, to showcase what you got in week 1. I mean, you got the 2 best wide receivers in the country on one side, Cam Coleman for Texas, Jeremiah Smith for Ohio State. You got Julian Sand, a Heisman finals last year, and Arch Manning with a chip on his shoulder. I mean, he played very well at the end of the season last year, so I know he wants to prove something. I mean, last year when they went to Ohio State, it felt like at times he was seeing ghosts. It felt like he was really like the defense was really confusing him. So I feel like this could be a revenge game for him or a time for Ohio State to just show how good the Big Ten really is. They've won the last 3 national championships. So, I mean, you go knock off another SEC team at their place. I mean, the talk will definitely heat up if Ohio State can win that game in week 1. How
That's
about you,
fast.
Antonio?
Man, that's
Or
funny.
what do you
That's how you
think
know
about what I said?
about what you said.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that is gonna be cinema, right? There's so many games
Yeah.
this season that's gonna be cinema. There's so many games where you just look at it on paper, and it's like, oh yeah, like I gotta tune in. Like I hope this is
Mhm.
nationally broadcast, and if it's not, I'm gonna find a way because I'm gonna be watching that no matter what. And it's funny how many of those are in the SEC too. That's how you know it's the best
Yeah.
conference, but that's not here or there. I say that to say that mine is also in the SEC. It's LSU Ole Miss for obvious reasons. The storyline going into it is crazy. The
Yeah.
whole Lane situation. We talked about a little bit in a few episodes back, but like that alone, just for that alone, it's got me tapped in. But then the fact that it's going to be at Ole Miss, oh man, what? You're talking
Yeah.
about the crowds, man. They're gonna have that's gonna break some records. They're gonna have the highest attendance all time. They're gonna be killing LSU, at least from the fans' perspective. When they get the ball, I can only imagine what the pregame's gonna look like. Let me find out to do like a college game day. What them signs
They
gonna look
probably
like,
would. Yeah.
man. Just off of that alone. But then you look at the rosters too. A bunch of guys from Ole Miss that stuck around, trying to get their lick back, and then all these transfers from LSU. LSU got one of the best classes in the college football. That's a strong team that's looking to redeem themselves, redeem the brand, because last year they didn't look too hot either. So it's 2 teams that are trying to prove something, and then one of them is very personal for them too. That's that peak cinema. That's why we watch football. That's why we, woo,
Yeah.
man, I can't wait.
I think you definitely had the best one. I think that game, like that whole week, you say like let's say Monday, it's just gonna be straight trash talk on Twitter, TikTok. It's gonna be
Man,
crazy edits. Like the NFL town on that field that week, Trinidad Chambers, Keywan Lacey, all the guys for LSU. Like it's just so many NFL guys on the field that game. And I mean they're gonna be taunting Lane Kiffin. They're gonna be calling them all types of names. They might be throwing food on the field. Like, don't let LSU go and win. at Ole Miss.
Oh
Like
my. Don't let
like
LSU win that game.
be a crazy,
Man,
crazy game.
they could win by a field goal. They could win by 50. Don't let LSU win that game. And I say
Who
that
do
as an
you
LSU fan.
who do you think has the most pressure in that game? Lane Kiffin, a guy who left Ole Miss, or does Ole Miss have to back it up with them at home and show like, oh, like yeah, you made the wrong choice? Who do you think has the most pressure? I could see either take.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how you look at it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like LSU does inherently for being the away team, especially like with going in with all the stuff and then all this hype about their roster this year. You do all these theatrics to get the new coach in. Uh, when the governor's getting involved with these kind of situations, like even just on their whole season, and I've said this before too, even on their whole season, I feel like they have a lot of expectations, but I feel like everybody and their mama circling that game in particular, not even necessarily because it's their biggest threat, but more so because of what it mean if they lose, especially if they were playing in Tiger Stadium. But I feel like it's even more
Yeah.
so that they're playing over at Ole Miss. But I don't know. I guess it depends on how big of a chip on your shoulder that you think that Ole Miss got going into
Yeah.
it.
Because they could be like, like fired up, like you left us, you told us we weren't good enough, you couldn't win here. So like, but I get what you're saying too. But I think Ole Miss has, I would say more pressure because you're at home and you just had to back it up. But what do you think, Emma?
I would say I like both takes. I'm going to take the Ole Miss side. Just proving, especially to Lane, what all he's missing out on and him making the choice to leave after last season. So I would say they have a lot to prove, especially in this game, and I'm interested to see how it goes.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a great decision that it was in Oxford, Mississippi, and not Baton Rouge because I mean the scene is going to be crazy. Okay, but let's move on though.